Hey guys, Hussein here. In this video, I'll show you how to build a small Flask API, Dockerize it, and then deploy it on Google Cloud Run. So here's a small API I've built that displays hello world to the user. So I'm running the Flask app here, and if I run send, I get a response. But now I want to make it production ready. So to make it production ready, I have to install a library called gunicorn. So I'll install gunicorn like so. Now that I've installed it, you can serve a production ready API using gunicorn with this terminal command. So I have to bind it to a server, to my IP address, then my port, and then my module. So now I expect it to work just like before. So localhost 8000. Nice, it's working. So yeah, so far nothing special, but now let's build a Docker file for this. To start with, I want to use a Python image. Since I want to keep my image small, I use the Alpine variant. Next, I want to set a working directory, so /app. Next, I want to run pip install in my container. But hey, first I have to put a requirements.txt file here. And then I forgot, here you have to copy everything from the host machine to the Docker container. Nice. And then of course I have to expose my port, so in this case it's 8000, and then my entry point to this application, which is gunicorn, bind, then my port, and then my module. Now let's try building this Docker image. So docker build, and then my tag, so python flask docker, let's call it. Let's call it GCP instead, python GCP, and then the location of my Docker file. And then next I have to run my image, so using docker run -p, so my port, and then python -gcp, the name of my image. Let's see if it's working now. Localhost 8000. Nice, it's working very well. Now that everything works, let's deploy this to Google Cloud Platform. So here I trust that you've created a project already. So I've already built a project, and then now to create an image or deploy an image, you have to go to artifact registry. So very simple, very easy, and then create repository, and then I will put my details. Make sure you have a region and it's close to you. Now that's done, let's head back to VS Code. So here I trust that you've installed the gcloud CLI, but if you already have installed the gcloud CLI, you can simply log in using the gcloud auth login command. But I've already done it, so I don't really need to do it again. Next, you need to authenticate your repository, with this image. So to do so, you can simply go to setup instructions and then configure your repository or authenticate it. I'll just authenticate it like so. Yes. Nice. Next, you have to tag this image. So to do so, according to the documentation, is docker tag. I'll close this. Docker tag, the name of my image, so python -gcp, and then space, the location of my image. So according to Google Cloud Portal, it's Europe West 10. So Europe West 10. Is it the same? Yes. docker.pkg.dev / then my project ID, which is this one. Next, the name of my repo. So in this case it's python-gcp, and then / the name of my image. So I'll just call it python/gcp. Okay, now that has been tagged, I should expect it to find my images right around here. So python gcp and then its associated tag. Cool. Now that it has been tagged, let's push it. So pushing it is basically really similar to my previous command. So docker push, then my location, so west 10 / my project ID, so steady.home 39811 / the name of my repository, python-gcp / the name of my image -gcp. Now it's pushing. Now that it has been pushed, let's verify it that it's there in my repository. So I just refresh my page. Nice. So my image is already there. It's time to publish it. So to publish it, you have to navigate to the Cloud Run portal. Next, deploy a container, then to the service, and then my container image URL. So I select, then I find my image that I just created, select, then I can allow for unauthenticated invocations, so anyone can use it, and then I have to configure my port. So in this case it was port 8000. Okay, that's it. I'll reduce my memory usage and then create. And now let's wait for it to deploy. Okay, so now after a few minutes it has been deployed. Let's see if it's already there. Cool. So my hello world endpoint is there. So yeah, it has been deployed. Everything works fine and it went fairly simple. So that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, let me know and I'll answer them in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching.